And Jambavan himself, he said, Jatane bhayu ab kahi richesa. That I am nahi tan raha pramata baladesa. I am now very old. I am advanced in age, and I am not capable of crossing this ocean to go into Lanka to find Mother Sita. I am very weak. My body is old, and it's very difficult for me. When Bhagwan Sri Ramchandra Ji, who slayed the demon Khara and Dushan, that divine master, he is young and he is capable of doing everything like this. But look at us. I am old, and all of you who are here, you are young. You all might be able to do something, but please, someone volunteer yourself to cross this ocean. And you know what, my friends? Jambavan made an excuse that he is old. In fact, well, not an excuse, he was old, but he said, no, I am old and my body is weak. Then Angar was another young monkey, the son of Bali, and he said, I am Angar kahau jau mai para jiasa mai kachu pirati bara. You know what? I can cross the ocean, but when I reach, I can't come back. So everybody who was asked to cross, the first thing came to their mind was an excuse why they cannot do it. Jambavan, I am old. Angar, I can go, but I can't come back. And that is how we put, my friends, obstacles in our own mind, in our own pathways in life. I can go. Now another monkey said, I can go, but somewhere in the middle I will fall down and I can't swim. And then it doesn't make sense for me. When it comes to achieving something in life, my friends, never put excuses in front. Never put or create an excuse why you cannot achieve and why you cannot do what you are supposed to be doing. When we put obstacles in the way, when we put obstacles in the mind, when we put, my friends, roadblocks in our minds, then we cannot achieve anything in this life. And this is why, when it comes even to the spiritual part, brothers and sisters, nothing is difficult on the spiritual part. Do not make excuses when it comes to spirituality, because spirituality is a journey from the outer to the inner. Spirituality creates peace. The world takes away that peace. Spirituality creates self-knowledge. The world takes away self-knowledge. Spirituality takes us close to ourselves. The world pulls us away from ourselves. And the further we go away from ourselves, is the more unhappy we will become in this life of ours. Therefore, that's why we mentioned last night, stay calm, understand these instructions, follow these scriptural instructions, apply it in your life. I can remember a couple of years ago I told you about a GPS, you remember? Always follow your GPS. No, you don't remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Always follow your GPS. G, your guru. P, your parents. And S, your scriptures. Your GPS will take you where you want to go. And when our minds are making excuses, my friends, follow the GPS of scriptural instructions. Your guru, your parents, and the scriptures. And you can reach where you want to go spiritually. If, however, we make excuses, all you have to do what? Ignore the GPS and see what happens. Drive on the highway and ignore the GPS. I tell you something. That is one lady I will not disobey. She says turn right, I turn right. When she said turn left, I turn left. When she said jump,
You jump.
how high? Isn't it? Friends, do not make excuses when it comes to your own spiritual development. And you know what? Every single person here tonight is responsible for your own spirituality. Every single person here tonight is responsible for your own spiritual development. Nobody, my dear friends, can ever take you up the spiritual ladder yourself. For you. The wife is responsible for herself, the husband is responsible for himself, the kids responsible for themselves, and every one of us are responsible for our spiritual development. No one can carry us up this ladder of spirituality. And this is why here, the scripture says that when these people made excuses, Jambavan found himself in a predicament. He found himself in a predicament. And then his eyes automatically fell on Pawan Putra Hanumanji. And Hanumanji was sitting very quietly in a corner. As if not even taking anything on. He was sitting there quietly. He heard all that was happening. And when Jambavan heard that all of these people were making excuses, he turned to Hanumanji and he says, Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Everyone, Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama was sitting very quietly in a corner. And when Jambavan turned and saw Hanumanji, my friends, he says, Kaha riche sasunahu Hanumana. Oh Hanumanji, please, listen. Ka chupasadi rahehu balavana. And he chose the words addressing Hanumanji as Balavana. Now my friends, he says here, Ka chupasadi rahehu balavana. Why are you sitting there? Why are you sitting quietly? Oh most powerful Hanumanji. You know, my friends, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, he says, Balam Balavatam Asmi Kam Raga Vivarjitam. Balam, the word Balam means strength. And a person, every one of us, we need strength. Every one of us, we need bal. But you know what, brothers and sisters? Bal means also balam. A person is truly strong when is a person truly strong? When you go to the gym? It becomes strong when you go to the gym. You know what the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7? He says, Balam balavatam asmi kama raga vivarjitam. A person is truly strong when they are devoid of kama raga vivarjitam. Kama means uncontrolled desires, and raga means likes. Kama raga vivarjitam. A person who can control their desires, and a person who can control their likes, likes and dislikes, that person is strong. Balam balavatam. It has nothing to do only with the physical body, but it has almost everything to do, my friends, with the ability of the mind and the ability of the intellect. So, he addresses Hanumanji as Balavana. So in the very address itself, he is telling Hanumanji, Hanuman, you are so strong, you are so mighty, you are so powerful, and a person like you sitting quiet while everybody is making excuses. And then he goes in the second line and says, Hanuman, don't you remember Pavanatanaya Bala Pavana Samana? You have the strength like your father. Hanumanji, you are as powerful as your father. And you are sitting quietly, Pavanatanaya Bala Pavana Samana. You are just like your father. My friends, when the wind blows, when there is a, what do you call it? There are tornado and hurricane and thing, and the wind blowing. Some people, my friends, their lives become destroyed by that wind. So powerful the wind is. There are 49 winds. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, there is not only one wind, there are 49 winds. Bhagavan Krishna says, I am the controller of that wind. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 10. The point we are making is, he says here, he reminds Hanumanji, hey Hanuman, you are sitting quietly, you are like your father, you are as powerful as him. Why are you sitting quietly? Friends, Jambavan reminded Hanumanji who he is and what he is capable of. Tonight we are reminding you who you are. We are not just human beings living in the human world, having a human experience, but we all are divine beings having a human experience in the human world. Never forget who you are. So Jambavan reminded Hanumanji, he says, Pavanatanaya Bala Pavana Samana. You are as strong as your father and you have the might of your father. Friends, you and I are as pure as Bhagwan. You and I are as divine as Bhagwan. You and I are divine as Bhagwan. But we sit quietly and we make excuses. I am not that. We sit back quietly and we make excuses why we cannot be divine and why we cannot live a divine experience. And then he goes on to say, Hanuman, Buddhi Viveka Vijnana Nidhana. You are the abode of what you call Buddhi, intelligence, Vivek, discriminative ability, and you also are Vijnan, three things. I'll explain three of them. But friends, when we follow these instructions and we follow them well, we have no problem in this world. In spite of the challenges, we will never have a problem. Read the instructions, understand them. Don't just read it, we have to understand them. In the middle of summer, one couple decided they want to do over their home, paint it over. So the wife, the husband went to work, so she thought, I can do something on my own. So she went and got some paint, and she came home, she put the can down, she put on a raincoat, she put on a fur coat, and she started painting. In the evening time when the husband came home, the wife painting and sweating. Husband said, "Hon, what happened? Are you okay?" She said, "Yes, okay, I'm painting." He said, "But my God, why do you have on two coats? Full coat and raincoat?" She said, "When I read the can said for best result, put two coats." For best results, put two coats. So she misunderstood the instructions and she put on two coats. But not paint, she put on the clothes. So friends, the point we are making is, when we do not understand these instructions, the result of it is that we become lost. Pavanatanaya bala pavana samana. You are as strong as your father. And Hanumanji, question is, why are you sitting quietly? Friends, he reminded him, you are the abode of Buddhi. You know what's the meaning of Buddhi? We spoke about Buddhi last night a little bit. Buddhi means the intellect. You are the embodiment of intelligence, Hanumanji. You're not just an ignorant being. You are very powerful intellectually. Hanuman, Buddhi, also, remember we told last night, the Buddhi, Man, Chit, Buddhi and Ahankar goes in every birth that we are born. The same mind, the same intellect, the same consciousness, the same, what you call, Man, Chit, Buddhi and Ahankar. And the same ego goes in every birth that we take in this world. So whether we are born as human beings, the same mind we had in the last life, the same Buddhi we had in the last life, the same consciousness we had in the last life, and the same Ahankar we had in the last life came in this life. And then from this life, the same mind, same intellect, same consciousness, same Ahankar is going in the next life when we are born again. So if you're born in the body of an elephant, the same mind you have. If we are born in the body of a dog, the same mind we have. If we are born in the body of a
monkey,
same mind. So regardless of whatever body we take, the same Antakaran is there with us. Therefore, what it is, my friends, we are to continue the process of spiritual progress in every birth. And you know what we have been doing? You and I have been doing that since the beginning of creation. We have reached now to the peak. We have reached to the peak of the mountain. We have reached to the peak of the mountain in our spiritual growth. We just have one more pull to reach the top. One more pull. Because this body of ours, the human's body, my friends, is at the peak of God's creation. So just one more pull again, and we are on the top. We have reached. Imagine you're climbing all this mountain, going up and up and up. You all saw the movie Breakpoint.
yeah. Good movie.
Saw that movie? Very inspiring movie. Breakpoint. My friends, when you reach the peak there of the mountain, you just have one more pull again and just to reach on top. And imagine you reach that point after the struggle of going up the entire mountain, and then suddenly you slip and you fall right back down. Spiritual progress means you reach to the peak and you carry yourself up to the final point. And friends, that's where you and I are at now in this human's body. Pavanatanaya bala pavana samana, buddhi, viveka, vijnana nidhana. So we have reached that point where we just have one more pull again and we have self-realization. We have, I don't want to say God realization, I want to say self-realization tonight. Self-realization is knowing who you are, realizing that you are way beyond who you think you are. Like, did I tell you all? In 1816, women had no rights?
Yeah.
Did I told you last night?
It was up to the 1950s in America.
In 1816, women had no rights. In 1916, women fought for rights. And in 2016, women always right. But you know what, my friends? It's not about who is right. It's not about rights. It's about understanding who you are. I went to my daughter's school, Naprima Girls in San Fernando, for Diwali last year. And I started talking for the message. I started talking about the girls. I started off by saying, I am so very happy to be invited to come here at the Naprima Girls High School to be speaking to the brightest girls in the country. Jai Bhagwan. When I said that, then those girls went crazy. Yay! Where you was all the time, you should have come and talk all the time. They were very excited because I praised them and I acknowledged something. Not that they are the brightest girls, there are brighter girls elsewhere. But I addressed them as the brightest girls in the country. And of course you have to get really high marks to really get into the school. So they are really bright. But they are not the brightest only, they are other brighter girls. But the point I'm making is, I praise them for who they are. And they were very happy to be acknowledged for their greatness and for how special they are. But then, ladies, you don't have to fight for equal rights. You are so much more greater than men. Ladies, you are much more greater than men. Don't fight for equal rights. If you fight for equal rights, you are degrading yourself. Next thing I told the girls, when that talk was finished, all the girls would come and hug Mom. The vice principal was happy. She said, you were very good. My daughter's teacher came and she said, I want a photo with you. So I was a celebrity. You know what, my friends? By just saying that, hey, you are not just a limited being. You are far beyond what you think you are. So Hanumanji here is addressed by Jambavan as Buddhi, the one with a very bright intellect. He is addressed as the one who has the ability of Vivek to discriminate and to make the right choices in life. Brothers and sisters, the right choices means discriminate against what is right, what is wrong, what is real, what is unreal. This body is unreal. Param Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda Ji, one day he was doing an interview with a reporter, and she sat down, an American reporter, and she sat down and said, I heard many great things about you, Swamiji. We want to welcome you. What's the first thing you would want to say to me as a reporter, as I interviewed you this morning? He looked at her. He says, shut up and get out. And he smiled. He said, not you, Shut up the mind from the wrong notion that I am the body and get out of the wrong body identification. And she says, oh my God, thank God that is what you mean. Because for a moment there I felt insulted. But he said, shut up the mind from its ignorant way of thinking and get out of the wrong notion of believing that you are a limited being. That is Vivek. That's the meaning of the word Vivek. It's a nice name for a boy child also. Vivek means shut up the mind from the wrong way of thinking and make the right choice in the thoughts that you entertain. And secondly, get out of the wrong notion of body identification and stop seeing yourself as a limited being, for you are way beyond that. Hanuman, you are not just a limited entity. You are the son of Pawan. You are the son of Pawan Devta, and therefore you are the embodiment of Vigyan. What's the meaning of Vigyan? Vigyan, Gyan is what? What is Vigyan? Gyan is knowledge, and Vigyan is? What's Vigyan? Anybody name Vigyan?
Yeah, but he said my name was Vicky.
Gyan is knowledge. Those who apply their knowledge in their lives, they are called as Vigyan. Those who apply knowledge in their lives, they are Vigyan. Vigyan is the one who apply what he or she knows in their lives. All of us, we know so many things, but do we apply it? We just know it. We don't apply it. And this is why संसार तो माया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है, एक दिन उसे जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है. This world is Maya. We know that the world is Maya, but do we apply that knowledge in our lives, knowing that the things that we perceive in this world is really an illusion? माँ, तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जगता. तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जगता. सतराह दिखा करके उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा. तुम विनती सुनो सबकी. Becomes the victim of samsara. That is the person that becomes the victim of Maya. संसार तो माया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है, एक दिन से जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है. संसार तो माया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है, एक दिन से जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है. क्या रंग है जीवन का, क्या रूप है मानव का, तुम ज्ञान भरा करके उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उपकार करो दयाल, तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का, तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। Maya is what? Maya is the illusionary power of the Lord. And Maya is that power, my friends, that causes us to forget who we are. Forgetting who we are. Remember Hanumanji had forgotten who he was? When he was a child and he used to go playing, and the great Mahatma and them used to have their Shaligram, and they'll be in meditation, and they'll put the Shaligram of Lord Vishnu in front of them, and Hanumanji will come and he will take the Shaligram and he will throw it away. Nal and Neel used to also do the same thing. And then Hanumanji also would lift them up. If they're sitting on a little hill, he will lift up the whole hill and turn them over upside down. And all sorts of mischief he did. And one Mahatma told him, he said, "See you, little Hanuman, I want to put a shrap upon you that you will forget your powers. But one day you will be reminded of it when you really need it in the service of God." When you will need it in the service of God, you will be reminded of it. And this is what he is being reminded of here now. Pavanatanaya bala pavana samana buddhi viveka vijnana nidhana. You are the abode of wisdom, and you are the abode of spiritual strength. Hanumanji, you are very wise. You are the son of the most powerful wind god Pavan Devta. Therefore, don't sit quietly here. You get up and go. And friends, from the time Hanumanji was reminded who he was, he immediately said, "Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram." And he got up from where he was. He climbed up a small little hill that was there. And his body, "Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram, Jai Jai of his powers, my friend, and his body started shining like gold. His body became glowing with a reminder that, hey, you were born for this purpose, Hanumanji. You were born for the purpose of serving Bhagwan Shri Ram, and here you are, sitting as though you do not know anything. When Hanumanji was reminded, friends, the power of that remembrance, the power of his ability, the power of God's grace shone through his body, his mind and soul.